Thank you all who send out questions for the Tuesday Q&A. Sorry if there's noise in the background. For some reason, there's gardeners out here, and I don't know what the hell they're doing. They're bringing ladders. I'm expecting Jeff Hardy to jump off one of these ladders. So, you know what? Nah, just ignore the noise. I'll just have to be louder than the noise. But thank you guys for sending in questions for the Tuesday Q&A. Remember, you can send in questions for the Thursday Q&A. I do Q&As every Tuesdays and Thursdays on this channel. Description box with all the details on how you can send in your questions. Let's get started with this one. Laurel Lewis asks, what do you think of Trish Stratus's heel run in 2004 and 2005? Not that good. She was injured for most of it. No real baby faces for her to face. Boring. I didn't really care for it. One of my least favorite heel runs by Trish Stratus for sure. Question number 2. Some of your favorite heel runs by Divas/Knockouts. Victoria in the early 2000s. Awesome Khan. Lita in 2006, especially because I was a huge Lita fan and I naturally disliked Edge. And so when I found out she cheated on Matt Hardy, I was like a little mark. I was like, what? She did that? So, yeah, man. Good stuff by Lita back then. Lay Cool and Mickie James in the early 2000s. TNA doesn't really have that many great heel runs, man. Like, really? Madison Rayne? Oh, God, so stupid. And that stupid storyline with Winter controlling Angelina Love. Oh, God. Johnny Russo asks, why is Bray Wyatt ruining what could be the feud of the year candidate between Y2J and The Miz? More like, why isn't WWE Creative booking Y2J and The Miz? It's not Bray Wyatt's fault. It's more WWE Creative's fault because they just throw shit at the wall and they hope it sticks. Really, that's all they do. Or they spin Vince McMahon around in the chair like I'm sitting in right now. They spin him around like a couple times like this. And then and then Vince is like blindfolded and throws darts at the board. And that's how he decides how people feud or not. So blame WWE Creative, man. Blame them spinning Vince McMahon around in the chair. It's not Bray Wyatt's fault. But I like your dedication to The Miz, Johnny Russo. Paul Tafoya asks, if all four were in their prime, who do you think would win in a fatal four-way? Triple H, Eddie Guerrero, Stone Cold, or The Rock? Easy, Triple H, because he would get his way in that fatal four-way. He would convince Vince and everyone backstage he needs to win this match to define his legacy. Austin wouldn't give a shit at that point because as long as he didn't get pinned, as long as all those son of bitches got a stunner, you know, and then freaking The Rock, he would be like, yeah, you know, as long as I'm not involved in the finish, that's fine, you know, yeah, as long as I'm not involved. And, you know, Eddie Guerrero, what say does he have? Like, I respect Eddie, and I love Eddie, but you're talking about The Rock, you're talking about Triple H, you're talking about Stone Cold. Eddie, sure, he could probably talk his way into possibly winning that match, but this is the game we're talking about here. You're expecting Triple H to lose this match? Oh, no, Triple H would find a way to win this match, so Triple H for sure. Reed19 asks, do you think Cena will ever put over someone to the extent that Triple H put Batista over in 2005? No. And the reason why I say that is because John Cena won't put over that guy until there's a guy that's higher than Cena. Like, let's say, for example, today Roman Reigns was getting more ratings than Cena, was drawing more merch than Cena, was the reason why the network has like 1 million subscribers, then Cena would be like, Hunter, I got to put this guy over. But Roman Reigns is not doing that, so he's not going to put over Roman Reigns. It's going to be a long time until we see a guy that surpasses Cena. I know a lot of people go like, what about Bray Wyatt, Dean Ambrose? They're not guys that the WWE looks at to be the faces of their company. It's going to be a long time until we find a guy that could ever surpass the reign that is Super Cena. And his second question is, what did you think of Curryman and TNA? Will he ever get a shot at the Fire Championship? Oh, I love Curryman. Christopher Daniels was so smart. You know, Christopher Daniels gave us a break from the Fallen Angel character, came in as Curryman, made me laugh, his little dance. And it was so funny. He opened up that briefcase. He got the fired. He's like, fire! Oh, go for Fire Championship. So, he'll never get a shot at the Fire Championship, but fucking yeah, I love Curry, man. He did a good job. Final Limits asks, what did you think of Kozlov used to come out around the time he debuted with no entrance music? Oh, it was good because, you know, Kozlov, if you looked at that dude, he was already intimidating and he was already different looking than most of the WWE roster. I mean, he just had something about him that screamed larger than life character. Like he was like a character you would see in the movies. So it was cool, and he was very intimidating. It was such a shame that he never really panned out to what the WWE was expecting. I really did like Kozlov early on in his career. I love double E. Fucking funny. And what did you think of Michelle McCool's heel turn on Maria Kanellis on SmackDown in December 2008? It was much needed because at that time there was really no heels really in the WWE Diva scene. I mean, Really, it was just Maurice. But like every heel diva at that point character was like, oh, I want to be on the magazine covers and all the photo shoots. It's like, goddamn, all the face divas do that. So what makes you a heel? Like, if the faces are doing the same shit as you heel divas, I don't. I mean, I don't know how I can boo you. So it was definitely much needed, and also it formed that awesome team known as Lay Cool. Flawless. Sherrar Hora asked Q&A. Is 2014 the year of injuries for wrestlers? First D-Bryan, then Barrett, and now Rollins. Who's next? Reigns? Rollins is fine if you haven't read the report yet, man, and probably by this video is uploaded, it'll be all confirmed. Rollins is A-okay. He was just selling the injury, I guess, really, really well. D-Bryan Barrett, I think it's like the year of injuries of hot wrestlers, especially D-Bryan and Bad News Barrett. I mean, Daniel Bryan was like the hottest guy in the company this year, and not only that, freaking beat 3/5 of the Breakfast Club, baby. So, yeah, that sucked for Daniel Bryan, and especially Bad News Barrett, who was actually on a roll himself. Like, you could argue he was going to win Money in the Bank if he didn't get injured. So, yeah, such a shame that both of those guys got injured, man. Hope they get back soon. Why do wrestlers, except for the almighty Super Cena, get de-pushed when they come back from injury? It's more or less because when those wrestlers get injured, it's not like the ratings dip for the WWE, but when Cena gets injured, they dip. And so they bring back Cena and they try to remind people like Cena is still super strong. That's the only reason why, is because, like, let's say if Dolph Ziggler got injured and the ratings were dipping, I'm pretty sure Dolph Ziggler would have came back and won the World Heavyweight title. That's just honest truth. But the thing is, like, Cena does matter to the company and money and all that other crap. I know it sucks to say, and I know, like, a lot of people say, well, it's because other superstars don't get a chance. And yes, that is true. But just know every time when Cena gets injured, it's like the ratings just fall down. They just gradually fall down, and they always need his fucking help at the end of the day. It's not like when the Dolph Ziggler's hurt, when the Daniel Bryan's hurt, when this guy's hurt, that guy's hurt, that guy's hurt. It's not like the ratings are, like, plummeting. You know what I'm saying? I mean, the ratings are just fine. You know, they're just the same when Daniel Bryan is hurt right now. I mean, even though the WWE desperately needs Daniel Bryan to make this company interesting right now, the ratings are still fine. But when Cena's hurt, the ratings kind of dip down a bit. So that's the only reason why Cena, what's it called, doesn't get de-pushed. Lona Lo asks, when are you getting a haircut? Your hair looks like crap, man. Just saying. Whenever I feel like it. I like my hair. The girls seem to like my hair. I mean, I don't comb my hair for YouTube videos. Like, I grow an afro, dude. I don't grow like a normal hair. I have curly ass hair. I look like Corey Matthews with my long hair sometimes. So it is what it is. But I'll get a haircut soon, just for you, Lona Lo. And how often do you lie to people? Occasionally, not a lot. Like, if someone asks me, did you do the homework? I'll say, like, no, even though I did. Just because I just don't want that person to, like, copy me. And I'm just too damn lazy to pull out my book and to show them the answers. Like, I'll just do little white lies. And nothing serious lies. Like, I wouldn't lie about something really serious. But, you know, it's just, like, little white lies to random classmates. That's probably the most I would lie about. Lino Gino asks, Q&A, have you ever gone a full night without sleep? If so, how did you feel the next day? Yes, I have, and it's really terrible, man. You just can't think properly. You just can't move properly. You literally have no energy to do anything. It's ridiculous. It's just like you're sitting there and you're just like, oh my god. And it's the worst, especially if you have school. Because I've had days where I have to pull all-nighters, you know, just to, like, study for schoolwork or something like that. Getting sick in college is like the worst thing ever. When you get sick in college, make sure you're sick on days where you don't have school, because you miss like one class and you're fucking fucked, and you have to do all-nighters. It's the worst, man. Because I remember one time I was in college one time, and I was sitting there like this, and my teacher's like, Chase, stop being depressed about everything in life. I'm like, I'm not depressed, dude. I'm tired. I haven't got any sleep whatsoever, man. So it's the worst, dude. You just can't think right or anything. Thoughts on Native American Tatanka? Should have won the title at WrestleMania 9. The gimmick never really panned out. I was never really a fan of Tatanka. I didn't really care about him in 2006 when he was doing his short little stunt on SmackDown. He was alright, but no one I really cared about. Nintendo Fanboy 1998 asks, what are your thoughts on the Great Khali? I'm one of those guys that don't really hate the Great Khali that much. I actually don't mind him all that much. I felt he has had a decent career in the WWE. I was actually one of the few people that actually supports his World Heavyweight title run. I know that sounds weird to say, but I mean, the dude was 7'2" and he made the Undertaker look like a dwarf. I felt it was a good way to build like a fucking babyface, you know? So I like Great Khali as World Heavyweight Champion. I mean, his reign is nothing memorable, but Frick, man, I thought it was a great idea at the time. I mean, people just don't like him because he can't do flips and kicks. Like if Greg Khali was 7'2" and he could actually move in the ring, people would love him. But it's just because he can't do flips and kicks and he can't freaking move worth a damn in the ring, and people think he's dangerous. Which he killed a jobber, apparently. I can't remember or something like that. But yeah, you know what? I'm just saying, you know what? I don't hate Khali, nor do I love Khali. I always remember. I will always remember Khali. That's for damn sure. It's just because of his size. Like I always remember that big oaf. Like if he ever gets inducted to the Hall of Fame, which I'm pretty sure he might one day. But if he ever gets inducted to the Hall of Fame, I'm gonna be like, oh my god, it's a great Khali. He's definitely one of the guys I will remember down the line. That's for damn sure. And have you ever played video games or worked out while you're tired from lack of sleep? Video games, yes, especially if there's like a video game like Grand Theft Auto 5 when that shit first came out. I was playing from midnight all the way till 5 p.m. before I fell asleep during a mission. And I woke up and it was like mission retry and I just hit the A button. So yes, I've played video games when they're tired. It's not fun because you get more cranky at those video games. You get more angry. You start screaming at your TV more. It's not a good idea. So make sure you get sleep before you play a video game. Reginald D. Hupp asked, what are the most offensive insults you've gotten since joining YouTube? You're gay, faggot, I'm gonna fuck your mom, bunch of those. Those are really the only insults I get. I don't really care. Like I'm one of those guys. Like you all can insult me. I really don't care. I'm used to it. You know, I used to get bullied a lot when I was in elementary to middle school, and one of the things that the people would tell me is like, don't let the people get into your head. Just keep on moving in life. You know, if they call you gay, they call you a faggot, they call you a bitch, just freaking move on. And that's what I would do when people would call me a faggot. I wouldn't respond. I would just walk away. And afterwards they would stop calling me it because they realized, hey, this kid, he's not giving me the reaction I want. And normally when people do insult me on YouTube, I kind of just like troll them. Like they'll be like, you're such a fucking bitch, and I'll be like, LOL, thanks, or like, fuck you, dick. And I'm like, okay, thanks, bye, or some shit like that. So I don't really care about the insults. They're pretty funny sometimes. I like people who get creative with their insults. Are there any YWC members from a few years ago that are no longer doing videos that you missed today? Oh yeah, Ace's Wrestling Corner. If you guys remember him, he was one of the guys that helped me out in my channel. BMOT is another one that I miss. Kevin Walsh was very entertaining for his time. Stone Cold RKO. Mugger Baby. I don't know if he makes that much videos anymore, but he used to make a lot of videos. And 420 Goonie. Those are some guys. Oh, Nate. I can't forget about my boy Nate. Nate was definitely funny. All the drama videos that he would do, those are pretty entertaining. So those are some YWC members back in the day that I do miss watching a lot. Little Fish asked a question. Why are people always saying that Flair is hammered during the promos on Raw? Do you not see how red Ric Flair's face is and how freaking stumbled his words are? Dude, he's fucking hammered. He's drunk. God damn, you cannot tell me Ric Flair's not drunk during those segments. Come on, man. And what games are you currently playing right now? Actually, none. I'm not really playing that much video games as of late. There's not really that much games that interest me. I'm not really in the mood to play anything. And a lot of the games that I do have in my collection I've already beat. So I haven't been really playing that much video games. And you also asked if I can do a Ric Flair impersonation. I tried to do one during my Raw review, but it's really terrible. I can't do Flair well, man. It's like, I like trying to mimic that Flair promo with Jay Lethal, like, like, jet fly, wheeling, dealing, limousine stealing, kiss stealing. I'll kiss any woman in this arena, even the fat one. So I can't do a good Ric Flair impression. I'm sorry, Little Fish, but go watch my Raw review. I think I did a lot better one in there. I Love Watermelon 525 asked, who gave you the idea to come out with the Chase Bolivar gimmick? Oh, that's a good question. Actually, that was all me. Bo Dallas was someone that I found interesting on WWE TV, and I always like it when YouTubers can do other stuff. Like, that's why I like OTR Central, because he has the Marcus Smart character, which just makes me fucking laugh. And, I was like, you know what? I want to introduce a character on my channel and do something different. And so I decided, you know what? Chase Bolivar, because I realized that Oliver, I just have to add a B to it, and it spells Bolivar. And I just said, you know what? Why not do a gimmick? Because Bo Dallas is always about positivity and stuff like that. Why not just do a gimmick where Chase Bolivar, all he is supposed to bring positivity to the YWC, and he loves Bo Dallas, and it saves me a segment because I don't have to talk about the Bo Dallas undefeated streak. I mean, I like Bo Dallas, but during my Raw reviews, I don't want to always be like, oh, Bo Dallas won a match and that's about it. You know, what else can I say about it, you know? So with Chase Bolivar, I can have a lot of fun with it. You know, I have him do the squeaky little voice. He does this, and he's very excited all the time. And I pick, like, I literally try to find, like, the worst scene on Monday Night Raw. Like, especially if it's, like, a pretty bad Raw, I find, like, the worst scene. And I try to make Chase Bolivar think it's the greatest scene in the world. Some people, sometimes, they actually say, like, oh my God, he makes sense a little bit with it. So it's kind of funny. I thought of it on my own. You know, I just said add a B in front of my name, and let's see if we run with it. I try not to overexpose him too much. I try to only bring him in on crucial videos because I don't want people to get sick of it. So, like, every once in a while, I bring Chase Bolivar, but I make sure I give you guys updates where he's at. What did you think of Jay Lethal as Black Machismo? Oh, I loved it. I felt that the gimmick went a little bit too long, though. That was my only problem with that, was that Jay Lethal, like, he should have became Jay Lethal after, like, a year of doing Black Machismo, but he just lasted way too long as Black Machismo, but it was so good and so funny. Jack Trice asked, what was your first ever video you made on YouTube? I don't know if you guys can see it, but I have a back tattoo. It's a phoenix, and I was showing my friends how I can make it fly. Yeah, I was pretty much a fucking douchebag, so that was my first ever YouTube video here on this channel. What is the big deal with Sting? Well, he's a legend in the professional wrestling business. That's for one. I like Sting. I think he's just intriguing. Like, something about Sting just intrigues wrestling fans, man. Just something about him. He just has that aura around him. He just has that. So it's something that most wrestlers wish they could have. That they have it, where, you know, people are intrigued with them. They want to know what's this guy's deal, what's this guy's status. That's what Sting has. He has it. It's hard to explain what it really is, but he has it, man. You know, people talk about him. People call him overrated, underrated. It doesn't matter. They want to see him in the WWE. They'll mark out for him anyways. You know, he just has that enigma that you can't really explain, that force. And when you see Sting, it's just always so special. Even sometimes in TNA, even though he got watered down a little bit in TNA, you know, he still had it. He still had that interesting, like, oh, I got to check that out just because it's Sting. So, you know what? Sting just has it. I don't know how to really explain it, but I hope that was a good enough explanation for you. Q&A, do you find Christine Taylor hot? Nope. Did you ever watch the Brady Bunch? Oh, hell yeah. The Brady Bunch was awesome, man. Brady Bunch was fun times when I was a little kid. I don't have any favorite Brady Bunch episodes. I can't really remember that much of the Brady Bunch, but I liked the Brady Bunch. It was interesting. Dave Lester is, what is with the big deal with LeBron James? I don't follow basketball. Well, LeBron James is a successful basketball player, if not the best basketball player today in the sport. He recently returned home from Cleveland, and if you don't know, he pretty much, like, ESPN did this thing called The Decision, and LeBron James pretty much stabbed everyone in the back in Cleveland, and so he left, and now he's back in Cleveland, so it's a big deal because he's the best player in the world. The NBA is now interesting again because you have Cleveland, LeBron James, and Kyrie Irving. It's interesting time, so it's definitely fun to be a basketball player right now. And why did Good Mike Work defend Cena in his LeBron James video? Is he obsessed with Cena? Is he that obsessed with Cena? Sorry about that, buddy. When it comes down to it, with Good Mike Work, he just likes Cena, and he was just comparing John Cena and LeBron James in the video because they are very comparable to some standards. Because John Cena is the biggest guy in wrestling, and LeBron James is the biggest guy in the NBA. See, these workers are distracting me right now, but I'm going to power on through because I got 2 more questions left after this one. But LeBron James is the biggest guy in the NBA, so he was using them as a comparison in his commentary about LeBron James. But yes, Good Mike Work does like John Cena. Randy Bukta is finishing off this Q&A with, what if instead of black wrestlers being led by Teddy Long for the racist Duggan and Buggin stable against white people, it was the opposite? There was a white stable of white wrestlers managed by Paul Heyman beating up black guys. Oh, people would call that racist up the ass, man. You know that. They would be like, oh, here comes the KKK stable. They would call that shit racist. You know that. You know that. And everyone's going to be like, oh, well, wouldn't it be racist if the black guys beat up the white guys? Yeah, you could say that, but you know, the thing is, people don't understand the history of the United States of how badly white people treated black people. That's the thing. White people treated black people like crap, man. So that's why it's always such a sensitive subject if you want to do a white stable beating up the black people. And especially because, like, it would be one thing if the white stable had a meaning other than, you know, oh, we hate black people. But what else are you going to think? What else are you going to think when you see a bunch of white dudes beat up black people? You're going to think these guys are racist. That's just the bottom line. I mean, shit, dude. I mean, I always tell people, do history, man. Take your history classes in college, man, because you will understand why people were so terrible to black people. Go watch Roots the movie, man. That's a perfect example of how terribly treated these people were, man. It would just be racist. It would. I mean, would the black people beating up the white people be racist? Yeah, but I'm pretty sure that WWE would give them a good reason of why they're doing it. It's like the nation of domination type of deal. Like with the white people, what are they going to be if they're beating up black people? They're going to be white supremacists. That's not good. That's bad. I know people are like, well, that's a double standard, Chase. It's not a double standard because the black faction can go beat up other races too. They don't have to signify to just white people. The white people, they're just beating up black people. What the fuck are they? Who else are they beating up? Are they going to beat up other white people down the line? Tell me about that. That's all I'm saying. And what did you think? Do you watch Teen Nick? No, I don't watch Teen Nick. I used to back in the day when it was on Nickelodeon, but I don't watch the individual channel that it has now. I know there's an individual channel for it, but I don't watch Teen Nick. No, I don't, man. I'm sorry. But anyways, guys, that's it for the Q&A. Once again, apologize for the background noise. These workers, they really know how to piss me off sometimes. But hey, it is what it is. Diamond, do you have anything to say about these questions? Diamond has nothing to say about that. Anyways, guys, thank you guys so much for sending the questions for the Tuesday Q&A. If you want to send in questions for the Thursday Q&A, description box down below. You know, also Chase Bolivar's Twitter is in there, my Twitter's in there, and my website's in there. So make sure you guys go check that out as well. Anyways, guys, enjoy your day. Have a good one. Peace.